Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Nez Nation Live. I'm your host, Professor Nez, and we are bringing you all the best facts, objective, through our own due diligence, qualitative and quantitative research, everything that the corporate woke fake media won't share with you. We're trying to get our country back. That is the whole purpose. Come on in, live viewers. We got so much to talk about today. If you happen to be watching on the replay, give me a capital TR for Team Replay. Just type in TR in the comments if you happen to be watching this on the replay. Live viewers, come on in. We already got a super chat from Ivan Popovich. Thank you, Professor, for bringing the real facts. You are amazing, Ivan. We have so much to talk about today. So today we're going to be talking about copycat Kamala. She has a huge interview. It's amazing that I even have to say this. Somebody who has, the entire billions and billion-dollar DNC machine behind her. She is the nominee for the highest office in the land, and we're just flipping wigs. We're going bonkers because she actually agreed to one interview. And it's a softball interview from a total ally news network, CNN, from somebody who has bashed Trump, made a career of bashing Trump, and Dana Crash. Why are we so ready to give this woman, honors, awards, certificates, and, basically cheerlead her and shoot confetti in the air? She's the freaking nominee for president. She could potentially be the first woman president in the history of our country. And we're applauding her. We're supposed to shower her with flowers and praise because she agreed to one interview. So it's interesting. We'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about illegal migrants. I talked about this yesterday. Illegal migrants taking over the suburbs of Colorado, pretty much taking over the entire city of Denver. I'm going to share with you clips. There's new clips coming out, breaking news. I always bring you the best. Breaking news of illegal migrants now hijacking a school bus in Colorado. Are you kidding me right now? No, I'm sorry. This is in California. This was in California. It's hard to get, it's pretty much coming. I said this yesterday in my video. Yesterday, if you missed this, it's coming to a city near you. My fellow Americans, this is living proof. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. Kamala Harris, Biden, they have a historic record. They've had control of the government. Obama, Biden, Harris, 12 of the last 16 years. Every single word out of their mouth at the DNC was Donald Trump. They blame Trump for everything. Trump is going to get indicted for his own assassination attempt. It's coming soon. Get ready. They have completely eliminated all of Trump's border policies. The Border Patrol Union is viscerally defiant in how much they cannot stand this administration. How many times they have seen Kamala Harris and Biden at the border? Giant goose egg, especially Comrade Kamala, copycat Kamala, who we're going to talk about. So I'm going to share with you that. Plus, California just passed, the Senate of California just passed, it is seeking Gavin Newsom's approval, a new law eliminating voter IDs in local elections. We're going to talk about that too. My state, California. When are you going to wake up, Californians? We have the most beautiful, fifth largest economy. Well, not anymore, thanks to Gavin Newsom and Kamala Harris. We have this beautiful, glorious state. It's being ruined. It's being thrown in the gutter. It is being run by absolute anti-American, progressive, radical, extreme terrorists. I mean, that's all I can say. They are essentially terrorists. When are you going to wake up? But first, I want to share this. So grab your popcorn, grab your favorite beverage, sit back and relax. You're going to get all the latest, all the most important stuff that you need to know so you can be informed come this November. And so you will always be in the know, understanding what is happening in our glorious republic called the American United States of America. I'm so excited. Too much coffee. Yes, 2 words, Nez. Decaf. If you love coffee, give me a coffee emoji in the comments right now. Okay, I can't live without coffee. I don't know how people are like, it tastes like burnt water to me. You drink coffee? No, I drink tea. I either drink tea or I drink orange juice. I don't know where that accent comes from, but I don't drink coffee. It tastes like burnt water to me. I don't like it. How can you not drink coffee? Anyway, I can't live without it. So this morning in capital C cringe, we got the best mods in the business. Laura Tilford is in the house. Jim Barron is in the house. Peter Ortiz is in the house. Howie is in the house. Thank you, Laura. Laura, I am so happy and grateful that you are here with us. Jim Barron's in the house. We got the most fantastic mods in the business. I can't live without coffee. I don't know how people can't. Anyway, and I drink them differently too. Espresso, this, that. Okay, today in capital E cringe. You guys remember how I said, this is really important. You guys remember how I said that at the DNC, if I watched it, you have to watch it. But this is important. Remember, I go through this torture because we have to get our country back. It was brutally torturous to sit through this the hours. I mean, I literally, I think if you ever have a serious grudge with somebody, an entity, a company, a person, or whoever, and you want to torture them in a way that's legal and won't get you imprisoned, all you need to do is play the replay of the DNC. That was absolutely torture. I've never felt so physically ill. I've never thrown so many objects at the television screen in my entire life as I did sitting through the DNC. So I don't know if you guys remember this. Please tap the thumbs up too, guys, because you know when you tap the thumbs up, it helps us reach more people. We got to save our country. This isn't about me. This is about our country. We have to save it for our kids, our grandkids, for our great-great-great-great-great-great-grandkids, and more. I told you guys that I wasn't going to play the clip of Kamala Harris in her final, basically her nomination speech at the DNC, and how the crowd actually started chanting. I've never heard a crowd full of radical left liberals ever chant USA. Anytime Trump speaks, whether it's a rally, whether he's just making an appearance somewhere or just a quick photo op or a quick meet and greet or a quick live Q&A, you always hear loud, amazing chants of USA, USA. And I don't know about you. Let me know in the comments down below. I always feel a profound sense of pride, almost a renewed vigor, a renewed love of my country after listening to Trump speak, after attending a rally or live streaming like we do a lot, live streaming one of his rallies or his Q&As or his appearances or what have you, especially at the RNC. And so you always feel that. I always feel that. I don't know about you guys. Kamala Harris's nomination speech on Thursday, the final day of the DNC, the crowd, I was kind of like, whoa, this is pretty novel. I never hear this. The crowd started chanting USA, USA. She actually had the audacity, my fellow Americans, which was so revealing. And I know it wasn't planned. It wasn't scripted because she can't do anything scripted. This interview tonight with CNN, as she brings her, her little chihuahua, Tim the horse waltz, it's going to be an absolute tee up from CNN. It's going to be a tee up. It's going to be softball, ice cream cone, puppy dog questions, zero vigor, zero journalistic integrity, zero questions that the American public, American citizens, struggling American citizens actually care about. They're not going to talk about any policies. It's just going to be a softball, tee you up. Here, we're going to give you training wheels. We're going to give you every advantage in the book. We're going to tiptoe around anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. It is the ultimate emblematic representation of what's happening in our culture, what's happening in our healthcare system, our educational university institutions. It's all over. It's safe spaces, trigger warnings. It's soft, soft, soft. Give me a capital soft in the comments right now. This was revealing. Nobody noticed this. But in that chant at the DNC, Kamala Harris cut them off. She actually had the gall. Or maybe I should say this proves that it was really revealing to me. It was really revealing to me because what it revealed to me is how she truly feels about the country. I mean, let's be honest. Let's just be honest. I'm going to share this clip, which is going to make you cringe, but it's so honest. It's so truthful. It's so authentic. Do you actually feel, free poll, do you actually feel that Kamala Harris loves this country? Yes or no? You don't even have to type in yes or no. Give me a Y, a capital Y, or a capital N, or just a little Y or a little N. I'm really curious. Do you guys actually think, I see you, Cat Snow, good to see you. Do you actually think she loves this country? I see a lot of N's. So we've got somebody from Twitch, King Razor John, says yes. Okay, I can tell by your profile picture who you're voting for. I welcome you, though. I welcome everybody. I don't judge anybody. If you're an American or not even American, we have a lot of people international. I welcome everybody. I welcome your viewpoints. As long as it's constructive and productive, I don't care your background. I want to get my country back. I'm seeing a lot of no's. I'm seeing a lot of no ways. I'm seeing a lot of no's. Okay, thank you so much. Replay viewers, let me know as well. I have to say that knowing what I know about her, as somebody who has not only worked in the private sector, but I actually taught at some of the most prestigious universities in the world. I've seen these people. I've looked into their eyes. I've seen their soul. I've worked with them. I know these people. It's the same exact demeanor. It's the same exact energy. It's the same exact vibe I get from Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is literally an academician with zero intelligence. Like most academicians, they are narcissistic. They are full of themselves. They're ruthless, cutthroat. I mean, an academician, especially a long, seasoned veteran academician, and I don't mean professor, I don't mean instructor. I really mean the kind of admin level, the admin side of higher education, and even probably, like superintendents in public schools, private schools, etc. They all have this common denominator, is they throw their nose up at you, they belittle you, they think they're so intelligent, they think because they can use $6 million words once in a while, that makes them somehow better than you. They think they know better than you, and they're willing to exert that at every corner, at every turn. And they don't give a rat's ass about the student body. They don't give a rat's ass about the people they're supposed to represent. Kamala Harris is literally a carbon copy of the same exact academicians that made my skin crawl when I was a professor, that made my innards boil. It's uncanny. As a matter of fact, she probably belongs where Claudine Gay, Liz Maggio, and all of these sort of admins of universities. That's where she really belongs, right? Because not because I think she's competent, not because I think she's qualified, because I know from firsthand experience, not that it takes firsthand experience, what those learning institutions are all about. And let me tell you something, my fellow Americans, I'm telling you right now, there is not one iota of real substance, real world applicability learning happening in any of those institutions. I call them indoctrination camps. For the first time in my life, I've said this many, many times, for the first time in my life, I'm actually considering dissuading my kids from going to college. I can't believe I even said that out loud. This is the first time in my life I'm ever even considering dissuading my kids from going to college. They will get more real substantive, real world applicable learning by actually being a part of the world rather than in these safety bubbles, in these trigger safe spaces, in these indoctrination camps called universities, especially in America. One of the greatest beautiful occurrences that happened in 2024 was the exposure. I've been saying this, by the way, I've been saying this for decades. I've been fighting for decades. I've been fighting the powers that be when I was a professor. I've been saying it on my channel for long amount of time, years. It is just now coming to light. The whole world is finally realizing what I knew for decades. And so that's what Kamala Harris is. So I want to share this with you. So she cut them off. It was very revealing. I'm not going to play the clip. You have to go watch it yourself because it is just torturous. It literally makes me want to have an ill physical reaction. Okay. She cut off the crowd when they were chanting USA. Here's an honest question. You think Trump would ever do that? When's the last time you saw Trump say, no, stop chanting USA. We need to get down to business. You'll never hear that from Trump. Very revealing. It takes a critical eye. It takes a critical thinking. It takes massive awareness to really pick up on that. Nobody picked up on it. I watched it in Technicolor. And here is another example of that. Here's another example. You want to talk about capital C cringe. Listen to her husband, Doug, the philandering adulterer Emhoff, however the hell you say his name. He is such a weasel, pencil dick, troglodyte. Watch this. This is a quick clip. Watch this. He's at some rally and he tells the crowd, it's okay. Watch this.
USA. So you can say it. USA. USA. So you can say it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Is that not cringe? USA. USA. You can say it. It's okay. What? I'm supposed to be inspired by that? I'm supposed to give you my sacred oath, my sacred right, my sacred freedom of me actually casting my vote for that? Are you kidding me right now? What do you mean it's okay to say it? That's right, Ems. 100% cringe. What did you think of that clip right there? Absolute cringe. Oh my God, it drives me absolutely nuts. Okay. So illegal migrants attempt to hijack a school bus full of children. I want to play this clip right here, okay? And then I'm going to play for you the clip from the mayor of Aurora, Colorado. If you missed my video yesterday, I did an in-depth video showing you footage of essentially a takeover. Where are the police? Why are the police not doing anything? A takeover of illegal migrants, gangs from Venezuela. These are not people looking for the promised land. I heard somebody on one of these woke network stations say, these people are just looking for these aren't people looking for a better life. These are people who were let in by Kamala Harris and Biden, who have renounced and reneged on every single border policy of Donald Trump's. These are the same policies that the Border Patrol Union completely 1 billion% endorsed. This is the same reason why every sheriff, every police department in the entire country endorses Trump, because Trump actually believes in law and order. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the great Greek philosopher king and Caesar, he said, you cannot have a society without law and order. And isn't it funny? Did you guys notice how many police officers surrounded the DNC? Did you notice how many security officers Kamala Harris has around her? Did you notice how many security officers Doug Weasel Pencil Dick Emhoff had around him? Did you realize how many barricades, how many fences, how many walls were around that arena in Chicago? Oh yeah, it works. It works when they need it. When they need it, they want the police. But for the rest of us normal people, for the rest of the American citizens, no, we don't want any security for you. We don't want any police. Have you seen what's happened to Santa Monica? Have you seen what's happened to Los Angeles? Have you seen what's happened to Detroit, Portland, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Arizona, Texas? Have you seen what's happened to these amazing, once beautiful cities? San Francisco, which is a dystopia now? Listen to this. This is huge. And now they're taking over kids' school buses. Can you believe this? Now they're taking over kids' school buses. I have kids. This would drive me up the roof. Check this out. Holy mackerel. Are you kidding me? Listen to this.
And now to a developing story out of the East County tonight. 2 school bus routes in the Jamul-Dulzura Union School District were interrupted for 2 straight days after several migrants tried to board school buses. Our Sarah Legre has the story tonight.
Did you hear what he just said, my fellow Americans, Nez Nation? Migrants tried to board a school bus. Think of that sentence. That is not a figment of your imagination. This is not a movie. This is not some dystopian sci-fi Purge Part 72 horror film. This is reality. This is happening now. People in Denver, poor, hard-working, tax-paying citizens of Aurora in Colorado are losing their mind. They voted for this crap, but they're losing their mind right now. Listen to this.
Well, yeah, there have been 2 migrant encounters in the past 2 days involving school buses and young children here at Jamul-Dulzura USD. Now, no one was injured and all students are safe, but parents are angry.
Your initial shock is you're helpless.
It's practice night for Nicole Cardinale and her son Apollo. It's the ordinary, but their morning certainly wasn't.
20 illegal migrants tried to get on the bus today at one of our bus stops.
Hours earlier, she got this email letting Nicole know her 8-year-old son was aboard his school bus heading to Jamul Elementary when all of a sudden...
Really confused. He said these adults, they weren't kids. He said, but they had backpacks on, Mom, and they tried to get on our bus. And there was a lot of them.
The district confirmed 20 migrants tried to board the bus Wednesday morning when it stopped to pick up students here along its B route. That's when parents and the driver stepped in, keeping the migrants at bay.
It was definitely really scary.
It also happened Tuesday along Route A, shown here in orange near State Route 94. 3 men walked along the highway trying to stop the bus to, quote, go around their group.
So you've got an open border policy. You've got Kamala and Biden, who have essentially stopped construction of the border wall. Yes, I know she's flipped. She's the ultimate flip-flop. She's the ultimate caricature of a caricature. She's a complete capital PH phony. Phony Kamala. That's why the title of this show is Kamala Joins the Trump Campaign. Obviously not literally, but figuratively she has. And I'm going to explain it all in detail in just a second. You have illegal migrants getting onto a bus. I mean, I can't imagine. 2 separate incidents, just to kind of sum up on this. In San Diego, California, groups of illegal immigrants attempted to board school buses carrying children, sparking concern. Yeah, no crap among parents. 2 separate incidents occurred. Illegals approached the buses on Highway 94, prompting immediate involvement in the Border Patrol, CHP, and Sheriff. One child on the bus stated, they're adults, they weren't kids, and they had backpacks. Tell me that's not absolutely scary. If that doesn't scare you, not just as an American citizen, I mean, it's not news that California is experiencing record-breaking illegal crossings, record-breaking, the most in the history of the state. It's no mystery that the border czar, Kamala Harris, had one task. She had one job as vice president. One job in 4 years. And she did not only did she fail, Not only did she do abysmally, not only did she prevent the border wall from being constructed, and now they're using all that extra steel for scrap. So essentially, when Trump wins, yes, I said when, my fellow Americans, we have to fight. This is the most consequential election of our lives. He essentially has to start all over because of these two pariahs, these two bumbling, fumbling, unqualified, anti-American, radical, extreme Marxist-Leninists. He has to start all over. So you shouldn't just be concerned as an American. You should be concerned as a parent, as an aunt, as a niece, as a nephew, a grandmother, a grandfather, a husband, a wife, a parent, a community member. This is coming to a city near you. And then here's even more confirmation, because this is kind of a clip that I want to share with you that has to do with the video that I posted yesterday on the Aurora, Colorado situation, where Venezuelan illegal migrants have basically taken over apartment complexes, taken over the entire city. Listen to what the mayor of Aurora, Colorado just confirmed. This is live breaking, by the way. I want to share this with you right here. You guys need to tap that thumbs up. We need to galvanize our fellow Americans. Yes, Laura Tilford, I love that. We need to galvanize our fellow Americans. Now is the time. This is coming to a suburb, to a city near you. Check out this clip. Check out this clip. Let me know if you can hear this.
So there are several buildings actually under the same ownership, out-of-state ownership, that have fallen to these Venezuelan gangs. I'm trying to walk it back and do the investigation as to how there's a concentration of Venezuelans in these three buildings.
Really quickly, the footage that you see on the right of your screen, those are not people looking for a better life. These are not families who are escaping communism and socialism and rife economic conditions and record-breaking inflation, record-breaking crime, and abject poverty. These are military-aged men, my fellow Americans, Nez Nation. These are military-aged young males. Males that leave their family behind are not looking for the promised land. Males that leave their family behind are going to war. That has been a staple in the history of mankind. You don't leave your family behind to go look for a promised land. You leave your family behind when you're taking care of business. Okay? That footage that you see on the right of your screen, that is the majority. That makes up, I'm not saying they're all, but the majority, over 75% from China, from the Middle East, Venezuela, South America, Africa, Asia, Europe. These are military-aged men, over 75% of them. And it's not 10 million, it's not 5 million, it's not even 15 million. We are looking right now of over 18 million illegal, unvetted, unfettered, unobstructed crossings in our southern border since these two pariahs, these two hypocrites, copycat comrade Kamala and vegetable in chief Joe Biden. If you saw my video yesterday, what's Biden doing right now, by the way? We've got absolute turmoil, brink of World War III happening in the Middle East. Thousands and thousands of innocent civilians dying, Americans dying. We've got a war in Ukraine that is forever war, hundreds and billions of dollars of our taxpayer dollars being sent over there. We've got domestic issues, a border that's in trouble, crime skyrocketing everywhere, inflation skyrocketing everywhere, gas prices, grocery prices, cost of living, utilities, energy. I want to take my kids on vacation. How in the world am I going to take them on vacation? How am I going to take them on vacation? Are you kidding me right now? How can any ordinary, hardworking, tax-paying American even think to take their kids on vacation right now? You cannot just have one job, two jobs. You have to have 3 full-time jobs and 6 side hustles. You need to be doing Instacart, Uber on the side. I mean, it's ridiculous. When did this become the United States of overworking? And instead of helping the citizens, this is the crazy part. Instead of helping out, and maybe just giving a little slice of those hundreds of billions of dollars that you give to Zelensky, maybe just helping a little bit, helping out the people you're supposed to serve, who are struggling every single day. You're not only going to let these criminals in, you're not only going to let these cartel members and thugs, rapists and murderers in, you're going to give them free health care? You're going to give them $20,000 credit cards? You're going to also now, which this is one of, if you can call it a policy, one of Comrade Kamala's policies. Oh, we're also going to give them a free home loan. That's happening in California. We're going to give them a free home loan. Name me one country, replay viewers and live viewers. Let me know in the comments below. Name me one country. You go to that country and they will offer you $150,000 for free to buy a house. Name me one country that would do that to a foreigner. I, Professor Nez from America, born and raised and made in America, I travel to Chile. You think the Chilean government's going to be like, hey, Professor Nez, you're American, you're a foreigner? Here's $150,000 to get a down payment on a home, on a brand new home. Do you know how many Americans, do you know how many hardworking Americans have to save every last penny, cut back on any entertainment, cut back on food, cut back on taking their kids to Disneyland and anywhere else, have to save pinching pennies to get a down payment on a home, and you're going to give it to illegal migrant cartel member gangs that want to destroy our country? You're going to give it to them for free? Name me one country, my fellow Americans. You have to think about that. Nez, you're a right-wing nut job. Am I? Does it make me a right-wing nut job? Not just, I think of myself as a critical thinker, much like everybody who's watching this right now. Am I a right-wing extreme nut job? This is just pragmatism. This is called practicality. This is called believing in the framers of our Constitution. This is called what America used to be. America used to be, America first means you take care of your own family first, then you help out your neighbor. It's not some Project 25 QAnon conspiracy, the America First regime, the America First agenda. What agenda? We're dying over here. I can't do anything over here. There is no agenda. It's called what you were sworn into office to do, you cretins, you heathens, you troglodytes. Oh, I can't do it anymore, you guys. I can't. I'm going to blow a blood vessel any second. Somebody get ready to call 911 because I'm about to have a heart attack.
Somebody put them there and somebody funded it, whether it's federal government or not. We're trying to find out who these gangs apparently are attracted to where there's a concentration of Venezuelan migrants. And so they've in fact have kind of pushed out the property management through intimidation and then collected the rents. We have now or have had, it is ongoing operations with a task force of local law enforcement, state law enforcement partners, and federal law enforcement partners to root them out. And arrests have been made, but these operations are still ongoing.
With the arrests that have been made, are these confirmed gang-affiliated members?
You know, this is an organized criminal effort. Whether it's Tren de Aragua, that remains to be seen. But it really doesn't matter. I mean, if they're Venezuelan migrants and they're conducting crime in an organized manner, they're a problem.
So you're able to confirm that this Venezuelan gang has indeed taken over at least some of the buildings. You're saying at least 2 of the 3. And what I just heard from you is you don't know how they ended up there. And you even made a suggestion that they could have been sent there by federal officials. I heard you suggest.
Well,
I mean, do you have any reason to believe that to be the case?
So here's the problem. I think we're a victim of a failed policy at the southern border because what you have, Venezuela does not according to my law enforcement, Venezuela does not cooperate with the United States in sharing criminal histories.
I mean, are you guys listening to this? Is this insane or is this insane? Did you hear what the mayor said? This is an absolute abomination. That's what this is. It's an absolute abomination what is happening here, my fellow Americans. It should get everybody super mad. He's blaming also the Kamala Biden regime and said they may be involved in importing the illegals into this city. Somebody put them there, he said. Let me just refresh. And somebody funded it, whether it's the federal government or not. And he also confirmed that it was the same gang that I mentioned in my video yesterday. It was the same gang that I mentioned in my video yesterday, the Tren de Araguas, who has given orders to its members to start attacking police officers coming to a city near you. This is what the mayor said. We're aware that in the Denver metropolitan area that there are elements of the Tren de Araguas here. This is insanity. Where are the police? Oh, defund the police. Well, there are no police. We don't believe in law and order. You know, I got to say something real fast. I want to say something in support of my boys in blue, the men and women who serve for our law enforcement. I have been teaching in the public sector before, I've basically gone full-time with media. I have been teaching in the public sector. It took me years to get here, for decades. And I can say that not only my encounters on a personal level, but out of all the students that I've had in my entire tenure as a professor, I can say unequivocally, without a shadow of exaggeration or hyperbole, the best students I ever had were students who worked in law enforcement. I have talked to some of the most amazing individuals who have told me, and I believe them 100%, that they try really, really hard to be compassionate. They always, always, always leave their house, and the last thing on their mind is to ever use their weapon. They never, ever, ever want to use their firearms, implement their firearms in any altercation, in any occasion whatsoever. It is always a capital L last resort. And what does AOC want to do? What does Kamala want to do? What does Biden want to do? Obama? They want to defund the police. They're going to further cut departments. Mayor Karen Bass is now finally realizing in Los Angeles, holy mackerel, that was a stupid idea. Newsom, the governor of my great state, he already realized, boy, that was a really stupid idea. Look what's happening in San Francisco, Los Angeles, Santa Monica. Look what's happening now in Orange County. Look what's happening in San Diego. All these amazing cities are being overrun. Crime is out of control. Look what's happening in New York City. Migrants can beat up officers and get off scot-free. Not one penalty, not one fine, and it doesn't even go on their record, dismissing all charges. But they're going to go after Trump because he falsified business records. Because instead of putting, this is a business expense, he was supposed to put, this is a business expense with this specific God knows what. I still don't even know what he was convicted of. I don't think anybody can tell you, legal expert, legal specialist, law professor can tell you what were the charges. What did he actually get convicted of? That is very revealing, my fellow Americans. Holy macadamia nut. So she has the big interview tonight. What's next? I'm going to talk about the California voter ID. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's talk about the California voter ID law now, and then I will. This is just absolutely insane, in case you didn't know this, okay? So, California literally just banned. The California Senate passes a law banning voter ID in local elections, opening the door for non-citizen voting. Can you believe that? As if greasy Governor Newsom, who I have literally called the American Psycho. If you've ever seen the movie American Psycho, it's a spitting image. Put two of those guys together. What's his name? Bateman? No, not Bateman. Christian Bale. You put Christian Bale, who played the lead, and Gavin Newsom side by side, and you have American Psycho. California lawmakers have passed a law prohibiting voter identification requirements in local elections as Democrats aim to strengthen their supermajority in the state. That's the only way you can look at this. I mean, I don't understand. Somebody please, I want to be proved wrong because I love my country. I don't understand this. You need an ID to get on an airplane. You need an ID to rent a car. You need an ID to buy an alcoholic beverage. You need an ID to apply for a credit card and new whatever you want to apply for. How many applications, God knows, you have to have an ID for. You needed an ID to get into the DNC. I mean, I put this question on X. Everybody follow me on X, by the way. I'm at Professor Nez. Maybe one of my mods can put that in the chat. I don't understand. What's the point of having airport security if we don't have border security? What's the point of having voter ID? What's the point of having ID for anything if you don't need an ID to execute the greatest freedom, your sovereignty as an American citizen, which is to cast your vote for leaders in your community, in your city, in your state, and in your country? Holy macadamia nut. Peter Ortiz, you're the best of the best. Peter Ortiz with $100 super chat has a very important message. Peter, God bless you. I love you. I hope you've received all the stuff I sent to you. If not, it should get there shortly. Wow, Peter Ortiz. You're a myth. You're a legend. Peter Ortiz says, hello to all my fellow patriots. We have to protect our families and fellow citizens from this invasion. The federal government won't. Thank God for the Second Amendment. We must vote for DJT, Donald J. Trump, to stop this insanity. God bless you. And God bless America. And God bless you, Peter Ortiz. What's the point of having ID for anything? If I get pulled over for a traffic infraction, why should I give him my ID? What's the point of doing what's the point of working? You're going to give these guys free down payments for home. You're going to give these guys free health care. You're going to give them unfettered access to our country with zero screening, zero processing. You know, my parents, look, I was born and raised here in this glorious, fantastic, unparalleled, there's no comparison to America, to any country, any republic in the history of mankind. But my parents immigrated here in the early 70s. They went through a rigorous process. They had to show all sorts of paperwork. They had to go through all sorts of processing and screening. And they got followed up on. They got checked on. And if they didn't exercise and honor the vows of being an upstanding citizen, they were threatened with being booted, being kicked out. What's the point of working anymore? Why should I work as an American citizen? Why should I follow any laws as an American citizen? If you're going to give these guys credit cards, you're going to give them free loans to buy a house, you're going to give them free health care, you're going to give them access to everything that Americans would die for, that people who have fought. I mean, what about our veterans? What about the veterans who've sacrificed The biggest sacrifice you can do as a patriot. What about them? These are guys who can barely get $20 in food stamps. And you're going to give it away to illegal migrant cartel thugs? My fellow Americans, I don't say this lightly. My fellow Americans, there's a reason why. Thank you, Peter Ortiz. There is a reason why I keep saying this is the most consequential election of our lives. There's a reason why I keep saying this is the most important time, that this vote counts more than it ever has, ever in anybody's lifetime. Because I think the last election that was this consequential was back in the 1860s. So anybody who's live, breathing oxygen, you have oxygen molecules traversing your lungs as an American citizen, there's never been anything as important as this. Never. This is it. Senate Bill 1174 was passed after the city of Huntington Beach, which is not that far from me, about an hour away from me, one of the few Republican-leaning areas in Los Angeles, approved a voter ID requirement for municipal elections starting in 2026. Unfortunately for the residents of Huntington Beach and everybody else, this legislation will override their recently enacted voter ID policy. Well, Nez, why are you talking about California? I thought you were talking about copycat Kamala. This is what we're headed towards, my fellow Americans. This is exactly what they're doing. Not only are they giving them free healthcare, free unfettered access, free down payments on homes, they're also accelerating their pathway to citizenship. They're going to give millions and millions of these cartel, thug, rapist, murdering illegals. They're going to give them all amnesty. They're going to accelerate their pathway to, these are not good people, y'all. Everything Trump said was right. Why do you think Kamala's copycatting everything? Because she doesn't have any policies that anybody cares about, let alone she doesn't have any policies that anybody knows about. Senator Dave Min, the author of the bill, stated that an overwhelming body of evidence, where is this overwhelming body of evidence, proves that voter ID laws only subvert voter turnout and create barriers for law-abiding voters. Here's your barrier right here, Dave Min. I apologize. Oh, it just gets me so upset. I'm going to have a heart attack. Live on air, I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm drinking water. This stuff gets me so furious, and people fall for this crap. There's actually people out there, yes, it does. It overrides. We don't want to override. It does override for law-abiding citizens. I like Dave Min. He makes sense. The way that he worded that, it makes sense to me. Joy! There's people out there that actually fall for this garbage. This is utter garbage. To register to vote in California, voters already required to provide their driver's license number, California ID, or the last four digits of their Social Security number. Republican State Assembly member Bill Asaley proposed an amendment to the bill that would have explicitly prohibited illegal immigrants from voting, but it failed to pass. What do you think about that? My fellow Americans, I live in California. I love this state for so many reasons. It breaks my heart almost every day to see what's happening to this great state. This is where America's headed. Don't forget, he is, even though he's completely been thrown to the curb now that they're going for Kamala, he's still in the top echelon of potential presidential nominees and picks in the next 10, 15, 20 years. So don't get it twisted. Non-citizens are already allowed to vote in local school board elections in San Francisco, while in the nearby Santa Ana, a proposed ballot measure could extend voting rights to non-citizens in all municipal elections, not just school board elections. According to reports, Democrats are leveraging relaxed voter ID laws to encourage illegal immigrants and other non-citizens to vote for their candidates. Meanwhile, Republicans nationwide have made efforts to pass legislation requiring voter ID, but these attempts have been consistently blocked by President Joe Biden and the Hippocratic Party. Hippocrats. I call them the Hippocrats. This isn't the Democratic Party of your parents, my parents, even 10, 15 years ago. This is the hypocrite. This is Obama's vision. This is the great replacement theory. This is his, when he made that speech back in 2007, 8, whatever it was, of he wants to fundamentally change America. This is the fruits of that labor that is coming to fruition, pun intended. In April, California Attorney General Rob Bonta, who is the most weaselly serpent of them all, sued Huntington Beach over the ordinance, arguing that the state already has robust voter ID requirements with strong protections to prevent voter fraud, while ensuring that every every eligible voter can cast their ballot without hardship. Can you believe this? I mean, can you believe this? Let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. So this is a huge sort of preview of what's going to happen in America if we don't do something about it. It is absolutely egregious. Okay, copycat Kamala. So she has an interview tonight. And we have the first clip. This is live. I'm going to share with you the first clip that actually has now been released. Let's take. I haven't even actually looked at this. So let's take a look at this together. Let's see what this looks like here. One of the first clips that's been released to the public. Here's a first look.
How should voters look at some of the changes that you've made, that you've explained some of here in your policy? Is it because you have more experience now and you've learned more about the information? Is it because you were running for president in a Democratic primary? And should they feel comfortable and confident that what you're saying now is going to be your policy moving forward?
Dana, I think the most important and most significant aspect of my policy perspective and decisions is my values have not changed. You mentioned the Green New Deal. I have always believed, and I have worked on it, that the climate crisis is real, that it is an urgent matter to which we should apply metrics that include holding ourselves to.
Yeah, her values haven't changed. Zero track record, destroyed San Francisco, destroyed California as AG, the worst vice president in the history of America. She wants to ban fracking. She never believed in a wall. Now she does. So when I say the title of this video, she has joined the Trump campaign, she knows, her whole base knows, the powers that be, the Clinton, Obamas, the Soros, everybody, Clooney's, Hollywood, they all know that Americans can't stand her. They couldn't stand her in 2020, which is why she dropped out before the first primary. She was the last nominee. She had the worst approval ratings out of all the Democrats in the primary in 2020. Nobody can stand her. Everybody knows she's a capital PH phony. Of course her values haven't changed. She's saying that now. She copied the no tax on tips. I have a video clip I might play for you of when Trump announced it and when copycat Kamala announced it. Now she's saying she's going to put millions of dollars towards the border wall that she dismantled, copycat Kamala. And then she also now says, oh, I don't know about fracking anymore either. Next thing you know, and I'm going to share a clip of J.D. Vance saying this, next thing you know, she's going to essentially be wearing a blonde wig. She's going to change her hair color blonde. She's going to change her haircut. She's going to wear a Make America Great Again cap. And she's going to have Trump flags on a pickup going down the street. Watch, it's going to happen.
Deadlines around time. We did that with the Inflation Reduction Act. We have set goals for the United States of America and by extension, the globe around when we should meet certain standards for reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. As an example,
nonsense.
That value has not changed.
Total nonsense.
My value around what we need to do to secure our border, that value has not changed. I spent
What's that?
2 terms as the Attorney General of California, prosecuting transnational criminal organizations, violations of American laws regarding the illegal passage of guns, drugs, and human beings across our border. My values have not changed.
So wait a minute. Okay, so her values have not changed. So why is it that we have the worst border crisis in the history of our country? And you were put in charge of the border. Check this out. They keep denying, right? Everything that you see, and it's so sad because people actually believe this garbage. They keep denying this, okay? They keep denying this, which is totally not true. Okay, that no, Nez, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. She never did that. She was never the border czar. What are you talking about? Oh, she wasn't? Well, that's interesting. Look at this. Look at the date on this. What's the date on that? Oh, March 24th, 2021. And this is from Axios. Biden puts Harris in charge of border crisis. Almost 4 years ago. Almost 4 years ago, you had one task. Almost 4 years ago, you had one job. There's a reason why only a couple of weeks ago, you were considered the worst vice president in the history of vice presidents. And you had one job and you botched it all to H. You botched it worse than anybody could have botched it. This is living proof. And there's so much more. There's actual interviews. There's actual press conferences. There's actual articles. There's periodicals, publications. This is just one of dozens and dozens and dozens. She was put in charge of the border and she ruined it. 100%. So I want to share with you, let's see if I have that. Oh, this is so good. So no tax on tips. This is why she's literally just copying Trump. Listen to this. Copycat Kamala. This is a great side-by-side from June 9th in Las Vegas, okay? From June 9th in Las Vegas, let me get rid of that banner, you can see. And then August 10th in Las Vegas. Watch.
Because when I get to office, we are going to not charge taxes on tips, people making tips.
And eliminate taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers.
Because when I get to office.
So literally, I mean, you're talking 4 weeks to the dot. She has no beliefs of her own. She will, this is so scary, my fellow Americans. The reason why this is so scary is she will say and do anything to get power. She will say and do anything to win, okay? Because she doesn't care. And by the way, she is going to tax your tips because actually she cast the tie-breaking vote back in the day to tax your tips. Watch this. Here's more proof. Here's more proof of lying, copying Comrade Kamala. Are you kidding me right now? Is this a joke? Watch this.
And eliminate taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers.
A few moments later.
Biden seems intent on taking your earnings hostage. Now, the IRS, they just announced this week that they want to start tracking all of the tips that workers earn so that they can be taxed for it. So much for Biden's sacred promise not to raise taxes on anyone making less than $400,000 a year. Remember, this is all part of Biden's so-called Inflation Reduction Act.
The yeas are 50, the nays are 50. The Senate being equally divided, the vice president votes in the affirmative, and the bill, as amended, is passed.
Oh, that cackle. So she taxed your tips. That's what she did. She was the one who cast the tie-breaking vote. Are you going to see this on CNN? Nope. You going to see this on ABC? Nope. You going to see this on CBS? Nope. How about NBC? Nope. How about The View? Nope. You're not going to see this anywhere in woke mafia media. This is why I keep saying, please, I beg of you, tap the thumbs up. We need everybody. Share this with everybody. Share this with everybody you know, because we need to wake America up. We've got to wake them up. We have to. It's that important. So that was the first clip that we saw, and Kamala Harris is talking like a toddler. I'm going to cover more of. I'm going to cover more of it, because I will, anything that I think is pertinent that you guys need to see, and who knows. And by the way, let me know in the comments, by the way, do you want me to do a video where I kind of dissect that CNN interview and sort of analyze it and share? Or are you just like, Nez, I can't stand it. I know it's all BS. I'm not worried about it. Let me know what you think in the comments, because look, this is not for me. This is for our country and you. I want to give you my decades of experience in qualitative, quantitative research. I always do my due diligence. I truly believe, I've seen a lot of channels similar to mine, and I think there are a lot of them are great, but I truly believe nobody has the acumen or the credibility. This is why I keep saying I use Aristotle's principles of rhetoric that are 2,000 years old, based on ethos, pathos, logos, audience, purpose, message. I don't think there's anybody who comes close to the acumen that I can bring to these messages, and really getting down to the crux of each of these candidates' messages and what's being touted and what the media is hiding. Nobody comes close. I want to share with you another clip from actual Fox, where they don't even care about policies. There's no talk of policies at all. So one of the Democratic strategists who went on Fox actually said, when did we start caring about policy pages on websites? With a straight face. Watch this. Holy mackerel. It just gets worse and worse and worse. I want you to see this.
$540 million raised, $82 million in 1 week.
But will you acknowledge that there's no policy page on her website? And so how do people
when
know
did we
what
start
she
caring
stands
about
for?
policy pages on websites, when every single time every time she steps to the podium, she talks about her policy in such a direct way that voters are responding.
Tell me what her border policy is?
Say it one more time.
Can you tell me what her border policy is?
Oh, she said on day one she would sign the bipartisan border legislation that J.D. Vance and Donald Trump has taken credit for killing or not getting across the.
What's her policy on
fracking? God.
She's going to introduce that.
Her anonymous
She's going to introduce
staffers have said
so her
that
interview tonight should give her the opportunity to share whatever policy agenda she wants, and as the process goes along, she will continue to do.
No. Incorrect, young man. Nice try, young man, but incorrect. Not even close. So I want to share this. This is what J.D. Vance says. And I think he kind of sums it up sort of perfectly. And then I want to talk about one more thing before you guys, before we get out of here. And I also want to give shout outs. So stick around, new members and super chats, stick around. But I think JD Vance sums it up perfectly. Check this out.
Now, the president actually just called me. I was sitting back there backstage, and the president called me and he said, the crazy thing is, JD, that Kamala Harris, she's pretending that she agrees with us on everything. And if you look at her campaign the past week and a half, she pretends that she agrees with Donald J. Trump on every issue. She is running a copycat campaign. And I said, Mr. President, I think I figured out what's going on. She wants my job. She's realizing that they don't have any chance. She's going to ditch Tim Walz, and she wants to run alongside Donald Trump. She's pretending she agrees with you on everything. But we can't let her pretend, ladies and gentlemen. We have to remind people of the real record. Kamala Harris wants to defund the police. Kamala Harris wants to ban fracking. Kamala Harris wants to further entrench the EV mandate that sends your tax dollars to China instead of buying American-made cars from American workers. Kamala Harris has said all these things on videotape, and as much as she wants to pretend she agrees with Donald Trump, I have a suggestion, Kamala Harris. If you would like to enact the policies of Donald Trump, you could do it right now because you are the vice president. So do it right now. Don't pretend you're going to do it in 6 months.
I mean, that's true. She literally thinks that the American public is stupid. What are you doing now? Oh, I mean, you know, Ben Stiller the other day, one of the biggest hacks in Hollywood ever. The only reason Ben Stiller's famous is because of his dad. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I feel the change. I feel the change. Oh, it's just we're going in a new direction. There's new energy. What are you talking about? She's been there for 4 years. They make it sound like Trump is the incumbent. Are you kidding me right now? What change? What are you talking about? You think we're stupid? You think Americans are that dumb? Look, I've been around stupid people, but the majority of Americans are not stupid. We're not falling for this crap. Are you kidding me? Especially if my channel is still live and my video podcast is live. No. Nobody's falling for this. Nobody is. You cannot hypnotize Obama. Obama, we're not falling. Your speech at the DNC, pathetic. New chapter, new story. You are writing the book, in the words of Fake Tapper. You're writing the book. What do you mean new chapter? What do you mean new story? How does that make sense? So she copied no tax on tips. She flip-flopped. Before she said, I think the border is ridiculous. Remember she went on The View and says, a border's not going to stop. It's racist. She called the border racist. Now I'm going to put money in the border. Oh yeah, because she knows that's what people care about. People actually want security. You've got the Pope saying that, not accepting migrants would be awful. That's a sin. Have you seen the Pope's house? Do you know how big the wall is that protects the Pope? It's impenetrable, Nez Nation. The reason why you can't take these celebrities, you can't take these rich billionaires, Obama, Clinton, Stiller, George Clooney, you can't take Soros, you can't take any of them seriously. They don't care about borders. They don't care about law enforcement. They don't care about security because they have their own private security. They're not worried about protection. They hire their own personal protection. They have walls that are built out of the finest material, the finest stone, the finest steel. They're not worried about it. When it comes to us, they don't care. When it comes to them, they care, right? They're not worried about inflation. When was the last time George Clooney had to worry about groceries? When was the last time Obama has even been inside a grocery store? They don't care about gas. Are you kidding me? Gas could be $100 a gallon. It wouldn't affect them one iota. So they don't care about us. And so now we're seeing Kamala, Comrade Kamala, phony capital PH, phony Kamala, who's destroyed San Francisco, destroyed California, had one job as vice president, is the worst vice president in the history of our country, botched the border czar position. Biden put her in charge of the border early in his tenure, early in his term back in 2021, in Q1, by the way. She's copying Trump on the border now. She's copying Trump on no tax on tips. She's copying Trump on drilling. She's copying Trump on fracking. She's copying Trump on his foreign diplomacy. She has joined the Trump campaign. There's no other way you can look at this. She thinks the American public is so stupid that they're going to fall for all of this crap. Here's a clip right here. I want to share this. This is a huge flip-flop right here. This just proves to me that she's the phoniest individual, maybe one of the phoniest we've ever seen in politics. I know there's a lot of bad politicians out there and bad actors, but listen to this.
We don't need to build a wall. This is a crisis of his own making. And by definition, just plain speak, basic English language definition, it is not an emergency. What's going to end up happening is that he will end up, without any question, if he proceeds, we're going to be looking at a situation where, in particular, homeowners and landowners in places like New Mexico and Texas are probably going to look at government taking their land. We're looking at military resources.
She's completely full of it. Completely full of it. She doesn't know anything she's talking about. It's gibberish. You can't even say it's a word salad. It's just word vomit. Period. That's all it is. There's no word salad. At least a word salad you can eat. No, you can't eat this. This is garbage. So she has essentially joined the Trump campaign. That's what she's done. And there's a really good reason why the New York Post, okay, just put this as their cover. This is the cover of the New York Post today. Harris for Trump. She pretends she's really not liberal. She is the ultimate flip-flopping Kamala, copies the Dawn. Yeah, you can say that again. She definitely does. That's who we're dealing with. Do you want somebody for president? Do you want somebody for president who doesn't have a single policy, a single issue, a single conviction in her entire anatomy, in her entire soul? I don't think so. And everything that we talked about, the migrants stealing and hijacking a school bus and the California voter ID law, those are all ancillary, preliminary policies, byproducts, consequences of a Kamala Biden regime. Which, by the way, the Kamala Biden regime is a byproduct of the Obama-Clinton Soros consortium. Period. My fellow Americans, it's never been a more important time to take action. When I say take action, I don't just mean tapping the thumbs up. I don't just mean subscribing and signing up to our free newsletter, even though I want you to do that, and it takes less than a second. Do it. I don't mean just voting in the national election. I don't mean just voting for president and voting accordingly. We have to do more than talk. I don't know about you, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to galvanize my community. I am trying to go literally out and about. If I have to, door to door. If I have to, every single city council meeting, town hall meeting, community event possible to try to raise awareness, to try to just talk. I'm not here to fight. I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to commit personal ad hominem attacks. I'm here to talk and discuss. Why do you want to vote for Kamala? And I can tell you right now, every single time I've engaged, the only reason anybody ever has of voting for capital PH phony comrade Kamala is because she's not Trump. That tells you everything. They don't care about policies. They just want anybody but Trump. Anybody who doesn't seem like one of the phony, normal, usual swamp vermin that we've had in our great republic, in our great country, since its inception. So I want you to do the same thing. Be respectful. Be honorable. Act like a proud American. Adopt the vision that our framers engendered in the values and principles of our glorious republic under the greatest document ever written, the Constitution of the United States of America. Talk to people. Engage. Tell them why. Share these videos with them if you have to. If they say, give me evidence, share these videos with them. Talk to them. This is why you shouldn't be doing this. This is why I care about this. This is why I care about inflation. This is why this policy is better than that policy. This is why we have an illegal border crisis. This is the reason why our foreign diplomacy is destroying our national deficit, which is destroying our economy. I mean, you got to talk to these people, my fellow Americans, Nez Nation. Be respectful. Be polite. I know you can do it. I am for law and order. Okay. I am for respect. I do not like violence. I hate violence. I'm not going to be pushed around and I'm not going to be disrespected, but I hate violence. You cannot change people, okay? You cannot change people through force. It's never, ever, ever worked out well throughout the annals of history. It's never worked out well when you try to oppress a people and force a people to think, act, and execute their lives in a certain way. But just have a discussion. The power of conversation. What I'm doing right now, the power of communication, is the ultimate power in the universe. Some people say that words don't hurt. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words never hurt is a crock. Words cut like a knife. Words are the most powerful. The pen truly is mightier than the sword. Communication, have a conversation, educate, enlighten them. I love you guys so much. I can't tell you how much I love you guys. It's just too much to even mention how much I love you guys. Really quickly, today is Thursday, August 29th. This Saturday, we are going to be we're going to have a huge live streaming event. It is a giveaway of the ages. I highly recommend, maybe one of my mods can share a link to it, that you become a member, because it's going to be a free live stream until the end. I'm going to do a live stream giveaway. Members only can participate in that giveaway portion, where I love you, Laura Tilford. I love you. I got the best mods in the business, best members. This is the best community on planet Earth. I love you guys. I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. We just passed a major milestone. We're already at like almost 320, but we passed 300,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel, which is a huge milestone. It is a sign to me that Americans are fed up with the status quo. They're fed up with this tyrannical regime. It is a sign to me that what we are doing is divine. What we are doing is something bigger than ourselves. It's not just me, it's all of us. Maybe I'm the facilitator. It's all of us. Without you, there is no me. And so I am going to celebrate. I'm going to honor you. I'm going to be giving away hats, shirts, mugs, and the grand prizes is 3 separate giveaways. 3 Amazon gift cards, each one. You see what I'm doing here? Each one's worth $100. $300 worth of Amazon gift cards. Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. It would behoove you to click the bell notification, turn on all notifications, or your best way of always being notified is to sign up for our free newsletter down below. It's free, costs you nothing, and you will be notified. And if you join as a member, you have so many perks. Not only do you get to join the greatest community in our members-only Discord, you're supporting our channel, which is a fight to get our country back, but you also get to join in on all these we do a lot of live stream giveaways. Plus, we have guests. You get top priority on the live Q&A, so many other benefits, perks, and amenities. I beseech you, it behooves you to become a member of Nez Nation today. And one of the best mods on planet Earth, Laura Tilford, has just shared the link to join in the comments. It's also in the description, show notes, and in the comments down below. I hope to see you there. Tap that thumbs up, y'all. I really, really appreciate you. Before you leave, let me give some shout outs to the greatest community on planet Earth. Look at this. Look at all these amazing. Ivan Popovich, it is so great to see you. Thank you, Professor, for bringing the real facts. Thank you so much, Ivan. It's so great to see you. Thank you for the $10 super chat. You are amazing. Thank you. Jim Barron, the duo of Jim Barron and Laura Tilford, the greatest mods on planet Earth, gifted a membership. Thank you, Jim. You are phenomenal. You are awesome. Thank you so much, Jim. I'm so happy you are with us. Statin2033, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. If she wins, what's happening to England will happen here. Oh, great point. Great point, Statin. Yes. I mean, I have a lot of not only friends and people I know and colleagues, but I have a lot of people who watch this channel from the UK, and they tell me all the time They send me emails, they send me DMs saying, Nez, you're not going to believe what's happening over here. And I've seen it firsthand. And you're absolutely right, Stat. And that's a great, great point. Thank you so much. This is the most consequential election of our lives. We have to come together. Thank you, Staten. Retired Navy SPO, thank you so much for the $9.99 super sticker. I'm truly humbled. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Mike Biggie is a brand new member. Welcome, Mike Biggie, as a brand new member. Come on in. Mike, thank you so much. It's great to have you here. Welcome, Mike. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a new community post for members only. And I'm going to share the link to the new Discord. Okay. When I say new Discord, it's just a new Discord link. And that way you can, or actually, you know what's even better is create a Discord account and maybe Laura can share the invite link. Connect with Laura Tilford, who's in the comments right now, if you're a new member, and she will share with you the link to get into our members only Discord. And I'll give that to you, Laura. Dana Phipps, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. How long before they manage to kidnap these kids? Exactly. How long before this happens in every U.S. city? I mean, it was only 4 or 5 million a couple of years ago. Now it's 9, 10, 18, 15. When's it going to be 50, 60, 70? I mean, what's going on here? I'm telling you right now, I don't mean this as an exaggeration. This is not conspiracy. This is happening. Tens of thousands of illegal crossings every single day. The Border Patrol Union has cemented and confirmed this. We have to stop them. Thank you, Dana. Keen and Michelle, $5 super chat. No coffee for you. Velvet Espresso is much better. Oh, you're it's music to my ears. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. That means a lot. And Peter Ortiz, you absolutely blow my mind. Peter Ortiz with $100 super chat. Thank you so much, Peter. Peter says hello to all my fellow patriots. We have to protect our families and fellow citizens from this invasion. The federal government won't. Thank God for the Second Amendment. We must vote for Trump to stop this insanity. God bless you, and God bless America. Everybody in the comments right now, type in God bless Peter Ortiz. Peter Ortiz, you're amazing. And he's not even done. He gave away memberships too. Peter, you're amazing. You're a legend here at Nez Nation. Ivan Popovich, thank you so much again. Ivan, you're amazing. For the $5 super chat, America uprising needs to happen. Yes, American citizens. We don't even need an uprising. We just need to get our country back. We just have to get our country back. Believe you me, when Trump wins, he is going to enact some of the most broad-based sweeping policies that are going to fix a lot of this chaos. He's even said in weeks and months, everything's going to be fixed. I believe it 100%. Key and Michelle, good job. Welcome for being new members. You guys rock. That is fantastic. Welcome. I hope I'm saying that. Is it Keen and Michelle? Type a 1 in the comment if it's Keen and Michelle, and type a 2 if it's Keon and Michelle, because I could be wrong there. Thank you so much. Peter Ortiz, the legend, the myth, gifted 10 memberships. Peter, I can't say enough about you. Thank you so much, Peter. Peter Ortiz, you always have a home here. Thank you. You're the best. Jennifer with the $2 super chat. California DMV Auto registers to vote at the counter. You could just go to, I posted this in our Discord and on X. You can register online right now. Just go to vote.gov. You know what? Let me see if I can find that link, because I posted this on X. Everybody follow me on X and follow me on Rumble, because those are probably the only two freedom of speech platforms left. Vote.gov. I'm going to put that in the comments right now, where you can, that's where you can register as well. Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Jim Barron, you are amazing. JB in the house. Thank you, JB, for gifting a Professor Nez membership. Jan Cott, long time no see. I hope you're doing fantastic. Give Kamala the boot. Yeah, out of here. You're fired, Kamala. You're fired. Yes, I love it. Thank you, Jan. You rock. MG in the house. As a fellow Californian, I applaud you for getting the word out. MG, God bless you. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. And as a fellow Californian, it makes me feel so much better that you're here in this state as well. We need more people like MG. Thank you, MG. You're amazing. My man, Rich Scanman. Thank you so much. Rich Scanman just became a new member of our channel. Welcome, Rich. It is fantastic to have you here. Thank you, Rich. Welcome. Get in touch with Laura Tilford, all new members. Get in touch with Laura Tilford, and she will send you the link. Go on Discord. Maybe Laura can share her profile link in the comments to Discord. So if you already have a Discord account, it should be easy. If you haven't, set up your Discord account and then connect with Laura, and she will give you a link to our server. It is for members only. It is an awesome, thriving, so engaged community. I'm in there. Everybody's in there that's a member. We talk about a lot of things we don't talk about anywhere else. Plus, you are going to get registration for the live stream giveaway this Saturday. Automatically, you're in as a member. Angie Warren, congratulations for being a member for 3 months. Angie, you are phenomenal, fantastic. It is awesome to have you. Howie, big shout out to Dash Hound. Big shout out to all the mods. It feels so much better now, doesn't it? Robert Winsman, I can't tell you how refreshing it feels. We really have, we've done a little bit of housekeeping lately. And I just think it's a million times better. I'm going to say it. I'm so happy you guys are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. I love you so much. Tap that thumbs up. Sign up for the free newsletter down below. And as always, may God bless you